Hey everyone, welcome back to Data Sync. So, in this phase of our coffee shop case study, we are working on customer order patterns and retention. And we want to identify customers who place at least 14 orders in a given week, right? This helps us spot our most loyal frequent buyers. And it is critical for retention strategies like loyalty rewards or targeted promotions. So the below is the output of this query. Let's understand it. When you run this query, you will see one row per customer week with these columns: the customer name, like name of the customer, month, the calendar month of the order, 1 to 12, right? And week of the year, week number in the year, it starts from 1 to 52. And week of the month, like week number within that month. Also total orders, like how many orders that customer placed in that week. So in our database we have only the second month data, also the second week in that month. So that's why you are seeing only the second month. Well, we are using orders table, so let's understand it. From this table, we will use date column created to extract month and week alongside quantity to count total orders and customer name to know which customer placed the orders. So let's start writing the query. We will start with select statement to select the columns, and we will select customer name, and now we'll extract month from created at timestamp. We'll use the extract function to extract it. Extract month from created date. Created date is in a text form, right? So we have to typecast it to timestamp so we can perform the time date functions. And we'll label it as month. This helps us know which month the week falls in. And now we will extract week. We'll use the same method, just change month to week from a created date, and we'll typecast it to timestamp. If this column was in a timestamp form, then we don't have to typecast it, and we'll label it as a week of the year. This gives us the week number in the year, so we know the exact calendar week. Now week of month. Now for that there is no function in PostgreSQL, and to achieve that we will use a formula to extract day from the created date column, and then subtract 1 and divide it by 7, and again then add +1. Also to use, we will use floor function, because if what floor function do, if for example the value is in decimals form, like 4.75, then it will be considered as 4. It would be the fourth week. So for that we will use floor function. So let's start writing the logic. First we will use extract day from the date column created date, and we'll typecast it to timestamp, and we will subtract 1 and close this expression in brackets, and we will divide it on 7. And now we will close this whole expression in floor function, and then again we'll use the +1. This is the formula, right? And we'll label it as a week of month. And finally total orders. For that we will use a count star. Why we don't use count quantity? It's because count star count the null values as well, so we don't want to miss it. This counts how many orders fall into each customer week group. We will name it as total orders. From orders is because all our data comes from orders table. Now we'll group it by customer name and all these time buckets, so we can count orders per week, right? So customer name, month, week of the year, and week of the month. Also remember, you cannot use aggregate function in group by clause, and if you are using aggregate function, then you have to use group by clause. Well, now we want customers who order at least 14 times per week. Now for that we'll use a filter to only group where total orders is greater than equal to 14. Now count star we cannot use it in where clause, so for that we will use a heavy clause. Whenever you have a situation where you have to use filter on an aggregate function, then you have to use it in having clause. Well, so having count star is greater than equal to 14. This will keep only the groups where that customer placed 14 or more orders in that week. And finally, orders by total orders in ascending. This will sort from lowest to highest, so you will see 14 orders weeks first, then 15, then 16, and so on. For running the query, let's first select these columns and press tab 2 times to give it a better structure. Let's run the query. Now the output shows customer name, month of the year, week of the year, and week of the month, and its total orders in ascending order. If you have not subscribed the channel, please subscribe it and press the like button. See you in the next video.